All right, good afternoon. This is Advanced LibGuides. I think I know most of your faces, but if you don't know me, my name is Liz Metz. I am a Fort Wayne librarian, and I'm going to be leading the session today. Darla is going to be my co-host. She is going to be keeping an eye on chat for me because I am miserable at multitasking. And so if you have any questions as we go along, please throw them into chat, and Darla will make sure that I see them. Um, I'm sorry, I'm just very quickly taking attendance just to kind of keep track of who is here. And we will go ahead and get started. Today we are going to be talking about just a couple of maintenance things with LibGuides. Make sure you guys know where to change certain things. And then we are going to get into a little bit of coding. My goal today isn't to teach you coding, it's to give you a rough understanding so that you can use some of these features. Pardon me. As we go along. So let me go ahead and I'm going to be going back and forth between my slides and my browser so that you can actually see where some of these things are. Okay, first thing I want to talk about are editing and maintenance tasks. And these are just kind of some of the main things that you're going to be doing with your guide beyond some of the more advanced stuff that we're going to get into. And I will show you where some of these things are: renaming, the guide status, URLs, adding editors to your page, reordering your guide, and changing your navigation. So I'm going to hop back over here, and this is my sandbox. Many of you probably saw this in the last session, where I did some examples and things like that. The the first thing we want to talk about is renaming your guide if you need to change the name later on. It's not very clear, but you'll see dotted lines underneath the title up here. And if you click there, it will give you the opportunity to rename your guide. And then you need to click the checkbox to save it. Same thing, you can add a description beneath if you'd like. These boxes are not code friendly. Do not try to put code in these boxes. It does not work very well. Okay. We briefly talked about editing your URL last time, and of course that's here for the guide. And then on every single page, you have your page URL down here and can edit it there as well. I'm going to hop back to my list and make sure I'm not missing anything. Guide status is up here at the top, and it is actually a little drop-down menu. You can go into change status and share and set it up to the status that you'd like and hit save. There are descriptions of each of those statuses down here. Generally, the unpublished is if you don't want anybody to see it. Published means everybody can see it. And private just means just the people you give the address to can see it. So you'll have those. And you also have the sharing content information here as well. Okay. Creating redirects. You can have a guide redirect or a page redirect. And what that means is when somebody lands on that page, it is going to send them somewhere else. So if you, for example, had two guides on English and you want to merge down to one, but you know people have the first link saved, you can redirect the guide. So anytime they go to that first guide, it will automatically take them to the second guide. And that is up here at the top. It's under settings, redirect URL, and you just plug in the new URL, the web address right here. Okay. This will be for the entire guide. Any page on the guide they land on will take them to this link. You can also do page redirects. So if I come to my page down here, and let's just say I want, instead of having this be a mapped page, I want to come in and say it's going to be, I'm sorry, that is my mapped page. Let me go to my copy. Instead of this being a page on my guide, I can set it up so that it is a redirect to this particular page on my other guide. Plug that in. I can tell it to open in a new window or not. And then when users access this page on my guide, they will automatically go to that other page. That is a redirect URL. Okay. It's great if you're starting to move content around and you don't want people to get lost. You can use those redirect URLs. Okay. Let's see. Next on my list is adding editors. Generally, when you create a LibGuide, the only person that can edit it is you. And then any of us admin users that can get in to help you with things as needed. If you want other people to be able to edit your guide, you come up to settings again and go into guide editors and you start typing the names in. So just as an example, if I want Cassandra to edit my page, I'll plug her name in. There she is. And if I hit save, and if I come back up and look, you can see she is in here as an editor. And this would actually show up in Cassandra's guides now, and she would be able to come in and edit it. Okay. And you can do that for anyone that you need to. Okay. Reordering pages, changing your navigation, and reordering boxes. These all kind of go together, mostly because changing your navigation can change the layout of your guide. It's going to change where things are on the page. If you need to reorder your pages, you can come to page settings, and you'll see reorder pages, boxes, and content items. Okay. Reordering pages will let you move your pages around on your guide. Maybe I want this to be a top level page now, and I'll save it. And there it is. Okay. Or I'll say, oops, I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to put it back under where it was and save. And there it goes. It's back where it belongs. Moving pages can be a little finicky. If you're starting to have trouble with it going where you want it to go, save what you've got and close it, and then come back in and start moving again. Because the more moving you do, it just gets kind of bogged down and has trouble keeping up with moving things around. Okay. If you come in here to move boxes, you can move boxes around on your page. Okay, maybe I want this content box to be all the way up top now. And I'll save. And now you can see it's all up above where everything is. And you can move boxes to other pages in your guide. You just drag it over to where you want it to be. Okay. We're going to put him back where he belongs so that he's there and ready to go. But you can see how you can move things around. And I will hit save again. Okay. The other thing you can do is change the layout of your, you also have moving content items available here, and that actually lets you move things between boxes, except I only have one box on my page that I can actually edit, so you won't actually be able to drag them around. Yeah. You can come up to the little picture icon up here, the landscape icon, and go to change your guide navigation. And you can see this is where I chose my tab layout when I got started, but maybe I've changed my mind and now I want the side navigation. So I'm going to plug in library guides. Okay, there's my side navigation. And I'm going to click save, and my tabs are going to move, but it is also going to move some of my boxes around. All right, you can see now I've got this box down here instead of off to the side. Depending on how many columns you have, some boxes can disappear as well. If you come into your page settings and move boxes, then you can start moving things around and get them where you want. Okay. In your site nav layout, we have 4 columns set up. You have the top column is column 1, and then you have 2 side-by-side columns, which are column 2 and column 3, and then another full-size column down at the bottom that is column 4. So if I want my content side by side again, I'm going to want to use column 2 and 3. And so I'll come into my page settings, move my boxes to column 3. Come on. Why are you being stubborn? Let me refresh here. If the moving things around is being troublesome, if it's not cooperating, refresh your page, and usually that's enough to get it to go and start working again. Okay. And now you can see my content is side by side again. Okay. But if, for instance, I go back to my top navigation, the tab layout, okay, my tab layout only has 2 columns, and I've got content in column 3 now. So it even has a warning up here at the top. There's content in a non-visible column. Reorder boxes to move things around. You can see column 3 is red. That means it's not visible. And I can move stuff back to where I need it to be in my tab layout. There it goes. Okay. So that's reordering boxes, changing your navigation, and things like that. There's just a couple of oddball things that happen when you change your navigation that you may need to fix. Okay. All right. Let's keep moving on. LibGuides actually has a bunch of built-in features that let you add content to your guides and let you get a little more creative with what you're adding to your guide. We have widgets, which we actually talked about last session, where you can add all sorts of different code to your guides, embed videos, embed search widgets, because we have all of those search widgets on the staff guide that you can use, and content like that, so that you can reuse the widgets. Font Awesome is a tool that allows you to add icons into your text, and I will show you how to do that today. Bootstrap is the base code of LibGuides, and so that's what's used to make the layout, but there's a couple of features in it that let us do some other things. Okay, and it's really easy to add your own code as well. So just about anything, most things you see online, you can actually add in to your guides. Okay. We're going to talk about code for just a minute here, okay? And again, this is a rough overview of coding. And if you want to learn more about coding, I actually have some resources at the end of the presentation that I will share with you. There are some great places to get started and kind of learn how to start coding on your own if you're interested. We've got 3 types of code that we're going to talk about today. There's a lot more that's out there, but we're going to focus on HTML, which stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and that's basically the website code. That's what makes your paragraphs, your fonts, your things like that. Okay. CSS are cascading style sheets, and that's what kind of styles the entire page behind the scenes. We have a CSS file that's set at the very top level that sets all of our colors statewide so that we all use the same colors on our pages. Okay, it creates the style. The other nice thing about CSS is there's one spot you go and it will change all of the colors or all the fonts and everything on your page. Okay, whereas HTML, you usually have to do it one by one. And then scripts or JavaScripts, they're basically the codes that cause things to happen. So you'll put in a script if you want a video to play and things like that. Or a script that makes your hours automatically show up on your web page. Those are scripts. Okay. And so that's something that you'll use as well. Why do we use code? Code lets us have more direct control of our content, and of course lets us to add more advanced features than what you can with the normal editor. There are different things that SpringShare is constantly adding, which are great features, but sometimes there's more that you want to do, and we will show some of those here in a little bit. Okay. The basic part of HTML are called tags. Okay, they surround your text to create the page. And anytime you open a tag, you need to close it. So if we come to my page here, and I'm actually going to go over to my other page. Come on. If I come in and go to the HTML, you can see a tag right here. This is a heading tag. It means that this is the header of my box. And here's the opening of it. And here's the closing of it. Okay, anytime you open a tag, you need to close it. There are some tags that close themselves, like an image tag, or a line break. But for most tags, if you open it, make sure you close it. If you don't close something, it can break the coding on your entire page. Okay. So we're going to talk about different ways to add code to your pages. The first thing we're going to talk about are the media or widget assets. Okay, so if I come in and I'm going to go back to my home page, if I want to add, maybe I want to add hours to my box here, I'm going to go add, add media widget. Okay, and I've got space for code and space to name it and space for the code. Okay, so if I come over to libcal, let me drag libcal over here real quick, and I go to my hours page. There's a widgets tab up here at the top. And I'm going to say I want daily hours, and I want daily hours for Fort Wayne. If you see this include jQuery library, and it even tells you right here, you don't need it if your page already includes jQuery. Anything on LibGuides or LibAnswers, LibCal already has jQuery. So do not check this box if you're using the code on a LibGuides site. Okay, that is one of the things that can break the page. It'll make it so none of your buttons are clickable, and we'll have to fix that. So leave that unchecked. I'll generate the code, and you can see it's giving me HTML code here. Okay, and then it actually, down at the bottom, has style code. So this is the CSS that makes all the styling for the hours. Okay, we've got a script. Remember, the scripts make things happen. We have the HTML, which makes it show up on the page. And then we have the style. So I'm going to copy this. Okay. And I'm going to come back to my widget. I'm going to name it Fort Wayne Hours Example. Whoops. And I'm naming it this so that when I go in later to delete it, I know which one to delete. But also naming it makes it really easy to reuse them places. Give it a name you remember and you can reuse it. And then I'm going to paste my code in. Okay, you can see there's my code. And I'll hit save. And frequently, if you add a script, you have to actually refresh the page in order to actually see it. And there's my hours. Okay. And I can come in and edit it and change my code. We like widgets when you're adding code because if, for example, I did include jQuery here, somebody can go into the assets list, which I showed you last time, and pull up that widget and edit the code and fix it for you. Okay. I'm going to remove that widget here. Okay. The next way you can add code to pages is the rich text or HTML asset. Okay. And for that, I'm going to come back over to my LibGuide advanced page here. And you can see that I have this pasted in here and it's a different font and format from everything else. If I go to edit it, I can go to the source and see all of the code for that box. There's my HTML. Okay. If I wanted to add my hours, I could add an HTML box, go to the source, and then paste that code in. Okay. This is that same code I copied earlier, and hit save and refresh. And there's my hours widget. Okay. And then I can edit and remove it if I need to. When you're using rich text HTML boxes, you can plug all of this code in, but you can also copy and paste into these boxes when I edit and paste in. Okay. When you copy and paste from places like Microsoft Word, it drags all of the formatting in with you. Okay. So all of this, you'll notice, does not match the way the rest of my website looks because I pasted it in. I'm going to close that real quick. And this time when I copy it, I'm going to add a box and paste it in. Okay. And you can see it dragged all that formatting. But if I select everything, I can say remove formatting and save it. And it looks a lot cleaner. It matches the rest of my site. And real quick, I'll show you. This is the code that came from Microsoft Word. There is a ton of stuff in here. If you wanted to change things, if you actually wanted to work with this code, it gets really hard because there's so much here. On this side, though, where I removed the formatting, do you see how much cleaner this is? This is a lot easier to work with. Okay, so just as an example, to bold something, because I removed all my formatting and this isn't bolded anymore, you can, of course, highlight it and click bold. Okay, but if you wanted to play with code, bold is a very simple code that you can try out. Here's where I wanted my bold, and I'm going to put strong in front. There's my open tag. I need to close this tag or everything on the rest of the page is going to be bolded. So I come to the end and I say slash. There's my tag getting closed. Opened, closed. And now when I save, my skill level is bolded. Okay. So that's a really easy way to get started in code is try simple formatting, like bold, like changing a font color. Okay. So that's using code in a rich text HTML box. Next is the, guide custom CSS and JavaScript. Okay. That is actually up at the very top. If you go to that little landscape icon, you can go to this custom CSS. Okay. There isn't anything here right now, but this is where you would add that and you can start in with your CSS. The nice thing about adding code here is that it edits everything on your guide. Okay. So just to let me go back to my home page here. Okay. Maybe I want to make the links on my page purple. We're not actually going to do that on a live guide because we want to follow the style guides, but this is just to kind of give you an example. CSS starts with style and ends with /style. Okay. Anytime you're trying to use CSS or script cascading styles, you have to open and close your style. And then A is my link. All right, this is just going to kind of give you an idea of where you add this code. We're going to talk more about what this code is later. Okay, and save. And it should override my links. And now all of my links on my page are purple because I set that at the page level. Or I'm sorry, at the guide level. Okay. I'm going to take that out of here. That can also be set on a certain page. Maybe on my advanced LibGuides page, I want all of my links to be purple. So I can come in and edit the box and put that at the top. Okay, and now my link is purple. Okay. You'll notice this link is not purple, and that's because that's set at the code level at the HTML level, and that overrides your CSS. It gets complicated, but it's kind of giving you an idea of where you can add these codes, because we're going to talk about some codes that you can copy and paste and then make small edits later on. And that's kind of what I want you to see is this is where you can add those things. Okay. And then the last one you actually probably won't do at this point because this is usually an admin thing, but you can add external files to a page. So, and I can show you what one of those files looks like. If I come back to this is my staff resources page, and I view the source. Okay, there is where are you? One of these CSSs is my CSS, and it's always a little hard to find. Where did you go? There we go. This is the CSS that sets the colors for all of our search boxes, and I can click on that. This is an external file, and it's a ton of code. But this is what it would look like if you're trying to set something for an entire system. This is an external file that sets the CSS. And you can see it's actually a .css file. But again, most people don't do that because it is at a system level. Okay, so your main ones are going to be the media widget or the rich text HTML. And if you start wanting to play with CSS, that's where you'll do the CSS up at the top, the guide custom CSS JavaScript. Okay. Okay. Media widget assets are the best method because they're easy to delete or edit on the assets page if you accidentally break something. They're straight code. They don't use anything but code. And they're really easy to reuse. And of course, we have those pre-built media widget assets for many of our search boxes. And if you missed that last time, that is on our statewide library staff guide under search widgets here. Okay, and you can just reuse any one of these on your pages. You just copy this, and that's the name you use to reuse the widget. Okay. The rich text HTML assets we looked at, it's better for more basic code or inline CSS. That's where I added the CSS to the top of my box. Okay. And those two views that we were looking at, if I come into my box, this is called, it really is called WYSIWYG because that's the abbreviation for it. That's the acronym. What you see is what you get. So it's basically that way you see exactly what it's going to look like. Okay. And then you have the source option, and that's where you get to see the code. Okay. And that one's nice because it does let you go back and forth between the code and the regular view really easily. And you don't always get that with the widgets. Okay, and then the guide custom CSS JavaScript that we looked at up at the top is just for CSS JavaScript. It affects the entire guide, and you just want to make sure that you're not overriding the statewide styles that have been agreed to at the statewide level. Okay. Then my next page are the resources, but I want to show you some of these features that LibGuides actually has that we can use. I am currently on this guide to guides. Okay, if you're not sure how to get to that, again, go to the statewide staff page on the home page. There is a button for the guide to guides. Okay. And a couple of things I have on the guide to guides I have an overview of HTML and CSS. So a lot of the things I have already talked to you about, what these things are and where to use them, is on this page. Okay. And this is a great way to kind of look through a refresher of what I just showed you on where to use things and how to add them. Okay. These two links, there's an HTML tutorial and a CSS tutorial. If you are interested in learning more, I really recommend W3 Schools. It's a great place to learn some of this, and it's a great place to get some code that you can copy and paste. Okay. And then if I come to the built-in features page, this is where it's going to start talking about Bootstrap and Font Awesome. Okay. Bootstrap, again, is the basic code, and there's a link to the documentation. Font Awesome is the icon set that you can add to your guides, and there's a link to the icons there as well. Okay. For Bootstrap, there's a couple of things you can add in. A modal image, which basically if you click, there's your image, and then you can close it. Okay. There we go. The code for that looks like this. Okay, and there's a lot here, but we're going to break it down. And then there's a tab here that talks a little bit about the customization and things you can change. Okay, so I'm going to copy this code and bring it over to my guide and add a box. And this is going to be my pop-up image. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do this in a rich text box, but you can use the widget box as well. Since I'm pasting in code, I have to go over to the source, and I'm pasting the code in. Okay, but now I need to actually figure out what to change, because if I paste it just like this, it's going to be this image. Okay, and maybe I want something else. So I'll come over. That's what this customization tab shows you. These are the things you need to find in your code and change to make it your own thing. Okay. This first part at the top, you only need to worry about if you're going to do multiple pop-up images on your page. Each one needs a different name. Okay. So if I come over to my code and then anywhere I see example modal, I would need to change it to be the name of my pop-up. Okay. So my pop-up. And I can highlight that and copy it. And there's a couple of other places. Okay, anywhere it says example modal. So here's example modal, and I'm going to replace it with mine. There it is again. And there's one more down here. Okay. And that should be all of them. Yeah. Okay, and again, I've got them all here so that you know what to change. You find these places and change it. Okay, so I've changed that part. The next part I need to change is what my image is going to be. Okay, and what the title of my pop-up is going to be. So up at the top. So if I look here, I'm looking for the modal title. And if I look in my code, there it is. Okay. It does take a little bit of hunting to find it, but there's modal title. And then I'm going to say, I'm going to name it my awesome image. And I'm not worrying about all of this code. I'm changing the little bits and pieces to make it mine. Okay. And then the last thing you end up needing to change is the source and the alt text to the image. Okay. Because right now, it's this wordless picture book image. Maybe I want to come over and use the guide to guides image. So if I grab the image URL, image link, there it is, and come back over to my code, I'm looking for, if you look at my screen, image source and alt. And those are the two things I'm changing, the blue text. Okay. So here it says alt. And so the text between the quotation marks is what I want my alt text for my image to be. And then the next spot I want to change is the source, SRC. And again, it's everything between the quotation marks. I'm going to plug in my new image address. You can get an image address by right-clicking on the image. So if you add it somewhere else on your page and then right-click and get the image address, that's what you're going to use. Okay. And now I'm going to hit save. Okay. And there's my button, and I can click on it. And you can see now it's the guide to guides with my title up there. I didn't have to worry about understanding all of that code. I just looked for the bits and pieces that I wanted it to change. Okay. The one I forgot was to change the text on the button. Okay. And so I can go in and edit, go to my source again, and I'm looking for click here to see an awesome image. So if I come to my code, there's where it says click here to see an awesome image. And I'm going to change that to say this is my amazing button. And you'll watch my text on my button here will change to that. So it's really just kind of a search and find and then changing it to what you want it to be. And that's what I've set this page up as, is to have it all be things that you can take over and change. Okay. We're going to skip the accordion menu today, and that is because LibGuides is actually working on adding the accordion menu as a box type. And so you're not going to have to individually code that anymore. But an accordion item is where you can actually click and open each section as you go through. The code is here if you want to look at it, but there's a lot more to it than there is with the image up here. Okay, and all the customization is here too. Okay. The next thing I want to show you are alert boxes, because there's a ton you can do with alert boxes. You can see this red box. There it is. And if I come over, here's my code. So I'm going to copy it. This code's a lot shorter than the code you saw up here, but there's a lot you can do with it. So if I come over, I'm going to add this code and paste it in. I did the same thing. I added an HTML box. I clicked on source and I plugged my code in. And if I save, it's going to look exactly like it did on the other page. Okay. If I want to change the text, I come in and edit, go back to my source, and it's exactly what it looks like here. And I can just change it to the text that I want it to be. Okay. And I can also tell a little bit because it's in between my tags. So here's the opening tag for my box. Here's the closing tag for my box. And the text is in the middle, and that's what I'm changing. Okay. The other things you can change are the color, and you can make it dismissible, which means there's a little X at the top that you can click to close. So if I come back over, I'm going to look at my customization page because this is telling me all the neat. Whoops, I'm not looking at the accordion menu. Sorry, guys, all the way down here, the customization for the alert boxes. If you change the text danger to any one of these other text messages, it's going to change your color to that box color. So primary, I'm going to edit danger and change it to primary and save. And now my box is blue. Okay. These are programmed in so that there's little things that you change to make a big difference on your page. Okay. Making it have a close button is a little more complicated because you have to actually add that button in. If you want to have a close button, I would recommend copying this code instead of the code on the first page. Okay. So I'm going to come in and edit and paste that in. Whoops, I didn't get it copied. There we go. Okay. I still want this to be blue. So where it says danger, I'm going to change that back to primary. And now I'm going to save it. And now there's an X on there. And if you close it, it goes away. Okay. And you have to refresh and it'll come back. Come on. Okay. You can find bits and pieces of code like this all over the place. If you go through the Bootstrap documentation, there's all sorts of things that you can copy and paste and make little changes. Now that you know what a tag looks like and which bits that you want to edit, you can come in and fix those. Okay, so there's my opening tag. There's my closing tag. Here's my text. This is what I want it to change. And you change that and it changes your text. Once you start to recognize the parts that you can change and the parts that have to stay the same, that's when you can start having a little more fun with your guides. Okay? It's really overwhelming at first. The best way to get into it is to create a sandbox guide, which we're going to help you with in the next session. Create that guide so that you have somewhere to play and experiment with these things. Okay? The other one I want to show you real quick is Font Awesome, because that is also built in. Okay, there is a page for Font Awesome on this Guide to Guides page. Okay, LibGuides uses Font Awesome 4, and that is because that is the last completely free version of Font Awesome. After that, they started doing paid versions. Okay, Font Awesome has some different pieces to it. There's the opening tag. Okay, and then there's the name of the icon and the closing tag. Okay. So if I come over to my Font Awesome icons, there's all of these icons here. There's a ton of them here. You can search up at the top for what you're looking for. Maybe I want something with a map. Here's different icons I can use with the map. Okay, and I can click on it. And it actually gives me the entire code here. We'll talk about that ARIA hidden in just a moment. But I can copy and paste this code. So maybe at the start of my alert box, I want to put in an icon. Okay. I'm in between my opening and my closing tag for my alert, and I just added the opening and closing tag for my icon. I just pasted it in where I wanted it to be, and I can hit save, and there's my map icon. It stuck it right at the beginning for me. Okay. When you get into Font Awesome, you can then make it accessible by adding the ARIA hidden. Okay. That's what hides the icon from screen readers so that they're not having to see what the text is for every single one of those icons. So anytime you use one of these icons, you want it to be accessible. Okay. If you do need it to be seen by screen readers, you can give it a title and you can give it a screen reader only span. And that's all things that help make it accessible. Okay. This is something that you can look into. Okay. If you want it to be clickable and interactive, you need to give it a label. Okay. Instead of hiding it, you want to give it a label. So if I come back over to this and I want that map icon to be identifiable by somebody with a screen reader, I'm going to edit and go to my source. And actually, I'm going to close that. You notice how much cleaner it is when I go to HTML? I like clicking on HTML to edit things, even though you can go into the source. Okay. Instead of ARIA hidden, I'm going to say ARIA label destination. Oops. And save it. And there's nothing visually that changes, but to a screen reader, it does change. And it makes it accessible and usable by a screen reader. Okay. All right. The other thing that you can change with these icons is the color. Okay. And again, you do that with the CSS with either inline or internal CSS. So just for example, you can see here, there's a second bit with the style. This is going to change my font size and the color. And these tags, these style tags, are all things that you can learn on the W3 schools. If you want to learn how to change your font size, search for font size on there and it'll show you how to do that. Okay. So I'm going to copy that and I'm going to add it to my code here. And just look at exactly, you can see where it's happening here. That's where I need to add it in my code. So I've got my code for the icon. Okay, but you'll notice it's inside that same tag as the code for my icon. So if I come back over and edit mine, I need to find that same spot. Okay, that's the close tag. That's too far. This is the tag for my icon, the opening tag, and I want to be inside of that. And I'll plug that in. Okay, I need to put a space in there to clean it up a little bit. And if I save now, I've got a big orange map instead. Okay. That's all you need to do. If you're looking at the guides that we have set up, it's showing you exactly where to make these changes in your code. So even if you don't understand what all the rest of this code is, you can see what to change to make it do different things. Font size made it bigger, and the color made it orange. Okay. And if you've noticed these codes for the colors, these are called hex codes. And there are websites where you can get hex codes for different colors. It just lets you make more color choices than just saying orange. I can say I want it to be this specific color of orange. The big thing I wanted you to see is where to go in to add these things, because there's so much more you can do once you know, okay, so that's what my icon looks like, and this is what I can change on it. This is what my alert box looks like, and this is what I can change on it. So once you start to recognize what's inside of your tags and what you can change, that's when you get to start really playing with things. Okay. Let me show you a couple of resources real quick, and then I'll open it up to questions. A couple of things. We've got our guide to guides. And again, I will send out these slides. Actually, I'll post them in the same place I posted the slides for the last session, so you can actually click on these links. Guide to guides. SpringShare has all sorts of different tutorials where they will go into different code that you can take into your guide and modify to make it do what you want it to do. And that is the way to get started with code. Start with code that exists and modify it to be what you want. Don't start right away trying to go from scratch. It takes a while to get to that point. Start learning about what you can change. Bootstrap documentation and font awesome icons. All right. And then those links for W3 schools. And then our last two upcoming sessions, we have Create a LibGuide, where we'll help you create your sandbox guide and experiment with different techniques, including some of the stuff from today if you want. And then Building Accessible LibGuides, I highly recommend this session because it does talk about the basics of accessibility and what you need to know to make your guides accessible. And you can sign up with the QR code or this link. Okay. At this point, I am going to stop recording and open it up to any questions that you have. So give me just a moment.